Hi guys, and welcome to Freckle Finance. Today I want to give you guys an update on our current early retirement situation. It's been more than a month. I think it's been about 6 weeks, so I think now is a good time to give you an update just so you can see how kind of the market fluctuates. So if any of you do pay attention to the market or know anything about the market in general, it's not doing spectacular lately. It's not dropping down a lot or anything, but right now it's not really going up, and it's gone down a bit, at least for us Canadians over here who have quite a bit of Canadian investments. The dollar's not doing very well, and because of that, our investments aren't doing as well as they were in my previous video. Investing is much different than debt in the sense that when you're paying off debt, as long as you're always paying off more than you owe, you will always see progress. But saving more money doesn't actually mean that you always have more money in the account when you're investing. So with that being said, I'm sure you guessed it, it's now longer for us to retire than in the last video I made. So it is currently at 46 and a half years old instead of 46 years old. So it's not really that much of a difference, but just goes to show you that, the market does fluctuate. And as well, this is on top of the fact that we put more money into our accounts this time. I actually put more than I usually do in the accounts, which is probably not a bad thing because the markets are low. But really, we put more money in and we have less money than we did last time. But we are not concerned. We know that the market goes up and down, and right now it's at a low point. If our investments were low and the market was doing really well, that would be something to be more concerned about. But at this point, we're not concerned. We have 18 years until our planned retirement time, so we have lots and lots of time to make up that time back. Not to mention that our plan is very conservative in the sense that we don't actually have to save any more money in order to almost meet our plan, because the plan is 45 years old and it's now 46 and a half years old that we will be able to retire at. So something that I didn't point out in the last video is that although we base our calculations off the market increasing by 10% per year, when we actually do the dollar calculations, we base it off 7%, leaving 3% for inflation. So that way, our money is calculated in today's dollars. We can't predict how much it's going to cost to live when we're 45 years old, for example, but we can use these calculations to kind of give a good guesstimate. So our calculations are actually based off 7%, implying 10% with 3% inflation. So as sort of a mentality update type of thing, when I made the last video on when we will be able to retire, we actually had no idea. I was really expecting it to be so much later than it actually was. I didn't realize we'd be so close. Now, this doesn't mean that we're spending any more money than we normally do. We're still just the same as we always were in that sense, but there's a little, relief. Like, we can do this. We're gonna be able to retire early if we want. And that kind of thing has just kind of relaxed us a little bit on feeling guilty when we buy stuff that we would have thought about a lot and bought anyways, but we feel a little less stressed about money, even though there was never that much of a reason for us to be stressed about it in the first place. But this plan is achievable, and that got us really, really excited. We didn't really know it would, well, we knew, but really seeing it in your numbers that you can retire early is just, it's a really cool feeling. So overall, we are still quite happy with where we are in regards to when we will be able to be financially independent. And we hope that we can still motivate others to want to retire early as well. And if you could just see how excited I am that I found out in the last video we made that we can retire early. I really didn't think we'd be able to achieve that, and it's crazy. So if you can take that as any part motivation to consider retiring early, seriously, save that money and retire early if you can. If you find these videos interesting, informative, and especially if you want to see more financial updates and see our progress as we get closer and closer to financial independence, please click subscribe, as I will be uploading videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have a good day. Bye.